Yay, we're on.
Hey, good afternoon. As usual, I'm gonna start off with the gun. So we're gonna go on your marks, set, boom, go. So welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Ian and Ian. Again, we're thank you for joining us, all the wonderful fans in Jamaica, in the United States, and all over the world. So today we're gonna just so excited because you guys, a lot of you guys have heard of the famous Aleen Bailey. And yeah, she has done so much for Jamaica and for herself. So we're just really so happy that she take time from her Sunday afternoon to share her stories with us today. As you guys might know, the goal of the program is to educate, motivate, and to inspire someone. So we hope that someone that might watch this program live, or if they watched it tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, next week, next year, we hope that at some point this message that you're going to get today will inspire in some way. So, guys, I just want to let you know that you're going to see one of the biggest and one of the best smile from our featured guest today. So, before you get the smile, we're gonna hand you over to the health and wellness specialist, Mr. Ian Thomas.
Well. I just want to say good afternoon again to all our viewers, from all over the world. But this afternoon, I just want to say special shout out to Jamaica. I was down there, Ian, for about 3 weeks. And I'm just telling you, man, the vibes, Jamaican vibes. It was good. The energy, it was great. And I just want to give a shout out to all those Jamaican, we just want to give a shout out to our followers who have been with us for the past couple of months, during this pandemic. We know that the anxiety, the depression, all of those things, it's a challenging period that we're going through. But with this program here, we are so happy that we're able to bring people who are able to inspire, motivate, and educate. And this afternoon, we have the pleasure, of sharing the platform with no other than Aleen Bailey. You guys know her too well. A sprint queen in her own way. And we just want to just welcome Aleen Bailey into the program this afternoon. Aleen, welcome to Ian and Ian. We're just happy to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to an exciting and informational conversation. But it's cool to be on here with you guys.
You're looking cool too.
Thank you. I try. I wore a girly color today.
All right, all right. All right, guys. So we're just going to get right into the program because we know that the time has come. So now we just got to get into the real talk conversation. So as usual, Aileen, we always like to know exactly where are you from in the beautiful island of Jamaica. We know that there's so many little towns and little rural area, and we know that you're not from the either one of the city, Kingston or Montego Bay, but you're from one of the better parish in Jamaica that is known for a lot of beautiful beach and just a little hideaway. I'm not familiar with St. Mary's, but I just heard a lot of good stuff, and I'm still trying to learn Jamaica myself. After 46 years, you'd think that I know the country, but it's a constant process. As the older you get, you just try to learn different areas and different little towns. So, Aileen, we want you to just bring us back to the small community. Just let the fans know exactly where were you born and where were you from and what the first primary school, where did you go to school?
So I was born at the Port Maria Bay Hospital. That's in Port Maria. But I was raised in a tiny little spot farming community called Bacchuswood in St. Mary. So if you're not paying attention, you will miss the little cutoff to go to my neighborhood. But it was fun growing up, so it's good. Yeah, St. Mary. Yeah, St. Mary is good. Beautiful little spot.
All right, guys. So you heard it from her, from Aileen. She was raised and born not raised, you know, she
Raised in Bakerswood.
all right. So
Good.
I
we're
went to
gonna
Bakerswood Basic School and then Hillside Primary. And
okay, outside primer. All right. So let's talk about what was your first love as a young just getting out there, going to primary school. What sport did you first like enjoy? What was your first sport? I know that there probably wasn't any track or anything around. So tell us, what did you do for fun in your young days?
so I pretty much did everything my brothers did because I grew up with my three brothers, Desmond, Marvin, and Ricky. So anything they did, I did. I played Cowboys and Indian. We played cricket in the street. We played football in the street. Well, it's soccer in the US, but football everywhere else. Um, what else we did? Climb trees. So like fun activities. You climb tree. We used to jump fence, teeth mango. Maybe that's why I can run so fast.
Oh
So yeah,
man.
my first love was just football. So because that's what we played in the street and cricket. So track wasn't the first thing, but I knew I
So,
could run because once you Steve Mango, you have to
all
escape
right.
from the mango.
Yes.
It sounds like we grew up in the same community, because I know those greeny mangoes and those the John Belly Full. I used to. There's certain areas where I grew up that certain mangoes are out on the coast, so they usually look so good. So usually, I think I could be a good baseball player because I just used to get that catapult and the just trying to use a stone to hit the mango if you can't climb it because
Yes.
sometimes all right sometimes some yard they got dog in it and all kind of stuff, so you got to watch out. But all right, we're really excited. So I know all the early things that you were doing that actually propel you into being an Olympic gold medalist, which we're going to talk about that some more. So just tell us a little bit about growing up, about your siblings, your brothers and sisters. Obviously, that got to be really fun to grow up with people that you're trying to chase, and probably people that were stronger than you. And how tell us a little bit about those earlier days.
It was fun because my brothers, they didn't treat me like a little girl, so I had to learn how to fight and defend myself. I learned that it's not good to hit males, so I don't hit them. You learn that at an early age. Um, so trying to fight my brother, I learned not. If you can't take the hit, you don't give it.
All
So
right, all right, all right. Awesome. All right. So before I'll just put you over to Ian because I just really want to can't wait to get to the track and field thing, but I'll just put you over to Ian right now. Let me welcome some of the guests. We got a lot of guests that's on today, so we want to welcome Altia Brown and Alric Watson, Ali and Pompey, and all the others that's getting ready to come on.
All right, Aleen. So I don't want to get it wrong. So the little community that you say you're from is Backerswood.
yes, Bakasol.
All right. So as I said, I was in Jamaica the other day. My little community, Melsa, I would say nobody knows it, but it's a peaceful community. It brings such vibes. So what I want you to do, before we even get into all the athletic and all those stuff, I want you to take us back into Backerswood. What is Backerswood known for? Tell us some of the vibes and the food that you eat and so forth.
Oh, gee. So as everybody know, my brother Capleton, he grew up there as well because he lived with my mom and my dad. So we have different moms, but he was with my mom for a while before he went back to live with his mom. And then I have a few siblings. Um, so during the hot like summer and Christmas, everybody would come to my house and we hang out and like just do fun stuff like walk around, give trouble, stone people dog, and when they try to bite us, we run. Um, like I said, we would every once in a while you see fruit in a yard that the old lady don't want to give you, you tend to go back and take it and then run so you don't get catch. Um, what else did I do? I had my own little vegetable garden. So everything you eat, what you grow, what you eat. Yeah. So we had that. We had chickens, we had cows, we had goats. I was always responsible for the injured animals. So
Wow.
because that's the because in the original and because of that, originally I wanted to be a vet, but then track happened. So I was always responsible for the injured animals because I was a baby in the family. So anything to keep me in the yard, oh, and going out, wandering out by myself. And they knew I love animals, so they always distract me with that. But I never went anywhere without my brothers. Christmas Eve, we used to go to Friendship to do the whole Christmas Eve shopping, grand market type stuff. So I was always with my brothers. And then I didn't see my other siblings until like summer or Christmas. So
All right.
my godfather was there as well. My godfather used to protect me from beatings. Yes. How can I forget that?
Wow.
When my
All
dad
right.
is trying to catch me to beat me, I run straight to my godfather, and my godfather would pull out his cutlass and say, "If you touch her, I'm gonna chop you up." He's really happy for that. And then when I was little, I used to just eat the chicken bones, so he was always save me the chicken bones.
Okay, okay. All right. So another thing I know St. Mary's is known for is rivers. I don't hear you talk anything about going to the river or anything. Can you
Oh
swim?
yeah, we did that a lot. Yeah, we did river a lot. We used to do you know how the crayfish. My first time doing it, we call him Janga.
Yeah, yeah.
They call him shrimp here, I think. What like one bit me and like pull it up and about to shake, and my brother was like, "Don't shake it, don't shake it," because if you shake, the claw will fall off, and then you lose the fish. So he like I had to stay like with the thing
Wow.
biting me and crying until he pulled it off and put it in the container that we're using. And we used to catch the little tiny fish that will not grow and bring them back home just to have them. And then crab, I forgot that. We used to go catch
Wow.
crab at night.
You did it all.
Yes. So and then my father farmed too. So I used to go those because where we live, the farm is different. Where we plant the stuff is different. So we used to walk there and did that. And then chocolate, they call it cocoa. We call it chocolate. So we had like a bunch of trees in the yard, and we used to like collect them. And there's like an area where you go and they weigh it, and then a company comes and pick it up, and they pay you for the amount that you have. So that's how I used to get my little change.
Wow.
But that's it, yeah.
All right. So you just mentioned that, you basically sister of Capleton. We know that Capleton is a fireman, energy. Lots of energy, in terms of music. So could you tell us your favorite type of music?
Oh gee, I don't have a favorite kind of music. I listen to pretty much everything, and for me, it's more the instrument, like the beat, the rhythm. We call it rhythm, because being around my brother Capleton, like nothing, everything he gets or like the rhythm and stuff. So he listens to it and then he creates the words to it. So I pretty much go off whatever beat or rhythm. So I don't have like a specific.
All right, real Jamaica. We just basically love music. The beats get us going. So anyway,
Yeah.
just gonna take you back over to Ian. I know he's sitting on the edge of his seat. Some sharp question coming over.
Yeah. Well, thank you. So, Aleen, as usual, I want to talk about your early days now. Let's talk about how did you get involved in running? What was the turning point that you're saying, look, you know what? I'm just gonna run away, just run, leave some people.
I mean, it started off as therapy. My teacher had me run. I was really bad. I had a try. Yeah, somebody violated me, so I was really upset. So I stayed mad for a while. Um, so I was always angry, especially at boys. So I'm always in a fight with a dude at school. Um, so my teacher, whenever I get mad, she would send me out to run. So it would calm me down. She found a way to calm me down by letting me run. And
Oh,
then the more I ran, the better I got into shape. And then sports day came. I ran with the girls that win everything. Then he started doing stuff where they'll just throw me in a race with the boys, and I was doing really good. And she was like, "Oh, okay, let's throw you in there's this parish meet. Let's just see how you do." And my PE teacher would go with me. He took me, and I did good at that one. And then he was like, "Okay, let's take you to this one." And then there was like a trials for parish champs, because we you would represent each parish. And I ran and I made the team, and I one of my first experience at the national stadium.
oh, wow. Well, guys, you heard it. That this is the first time I'm hearing this one here, that that you she actually got into running as a form of therapy. Yeah, put it like that. And I know a lot of people. I'm 46 years old and I'm running for Turkey. I think running for me has done so much. That's the one time where I just relax, and when I get tired, you can't think about nothing. You think about just, yep, I'm tired, and I just have to start think about breathing. So it's a fantastic, fabulous story that Aileen has gone from running for Turkey to running to win several medals for Jamaica for her long, successful career. So we're going to talk about how much running has done for her. So let's tell us about your next transition into high school. So what all the schools in St. Mary, why did you choose to go to Veer Technical, and how did Veer Technical was so fortunate to recruited you all the way from St. Mary? Tell us about how did that turning point come along?
I have no idea how they found me because it's a trek. And the back then the roads to get to where we live wasn't like fancy or anything like that. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I was at the first school I came was Manchester, and I was dead set on going to Manchester High School. And then Vertec when Ver came to visit, I was actually just being punished for being in a fight. So
Mm-mm-mm.
so when they came, and then I started watching track. I was watching track, and I was so in love with Merlin Patty. And then when Bear came, I was like, another school. But then the coach was like, Merlin actually went to our school, and yada yada yada, and these people are here, and Michael McDonald and Beverly McDonald went there. And I was like, what? Because Michael and Beverly is from St. Mary, so
Oh, see, didn't
yeah.
know that. Didn't know that. Didn't know that.
So
True. Yeah,
so I was
didn't
like,
know.
oh, cool. And but my whole thing was that Merlin actually went to that school, so I was like, I wanna. And Merlin is every at when you're once you're born in that era, Merlin Ati is your
Yeah.
role model. That's the person you want to be like. So I wanted to do everything that she did. So Veritech
Okay.
was the first step, and
All right.
I just got
Well,
sold on the Merlin Ati bit.
all right. All right. Well, big shout out to Merlin Ati. She have done so much for Jamaica.
Yeah.
She's a former athlete from Veer Technical. So let's talk about your transition. Now, know that you was getting into a lot of fights in primary school. How did your transition go in the first year at Veer Technical? You being away from home, how did you deal with that? I mean, how difficult was that for you, or it was just, you would just, adjust pretty normal?
I mean, I'm kind of like a chameleon. I adjust to my environment, but it was like the first few days, it's boarding school. Like I miss my mom because I was like, I can't curl up next to her. She's not gonna be cooking for me. It's somebody different. But then we had a dorm mother, Miss Emily. She was amazing. She was amazing. She just like we got there. She was like our mom, anything we needed. She treated us the same way. She made sure we were taken care of. I grew up in church, so she made sure on Sundays we went to church. We on the weekends, because during the school we weren't allowed to cook, but on the weekends, like we would have different roles. So we were taught how to cook and all of that stuff, and do our own. But we responsible for our own laundry, wash our clothes on the weekends, and everything like that. And yeah,
Okay.
it
All
was
right.
good.
So you would say the transition was pretty good for you with
Yeah.
the with the motherly love that you have received
And then my
from.
friend Nerissa, she was from St. Mary, and we ran track together in St. Mary, so she was there with me, so it made it a little better to
Okay.
have someone that you knew.
All right. So how often did you go home, or how did you miss home for a long time, or you just wait until the Christmas holiday to go home?
I miss home. They sent us home every 2 weeks. When it wasn't
Oh,
track season, we went home every 2 weeks. But when it's track season, you just don't go home until school
okay,
over.
okay. All right, all
So,
right.
so yeah, you get to go home every 2 weeks. So I had to take a taxi from there to Maypen, and then a bus from Maypen to Kingston, and then a bus from Kingston to Port Mary, and then taxi or a little van to the entrance of my neighborhood, and then I used to walk home. But I used to have I don't know how I used to have a dog back then. I don't know how he sensed whenever I'm coming home, but like I can all like he always meets me out where the bus is, but he never walks with me. He walks in the bushes.
Okay. All right. All right. So, all right, sound good. So let's move along with during your high school career. Just bring us back. Just talk a little bit about the school, the rich heritage of Veer Technical. Living on campus, it's like probably a second home for you. So just tell us a little bit about what you remember about living on campus, where you used to hang out, and any memories that you could recall, that something that you still could remember to this day, just living in, just going to the boarding school, and bring us back and tell us something funny, that you could remember just living on, going to beer.
There was a bunch of Duffy sightings. We got go there ghosts and see. Duffy, yeah, Duffy was like the thing. Holy for Duffy. um,
Was some cemetery around close by?
apparently the dorm was built on a apparently I think it was like it's built on a slave's burial ground or something like that. The dorm is built on it, apparently. I guess so. So it's haunted, and so there's a bunch of Duffy sightings. There was an old bus that people say was haunted and it has ghosts. Um, we would wake up at 5 for practice because we practice twice a day. So we practice in the morning, wake up at 5, practice in the morning, then shower. And it's so funny. We used to have like an outdoor shower. It was like a building with just like pipes down the line, and it's like, and then there was like croaking lizards, so it's always scary to go take a shower. And then we practice in the morning, get ready, go down to the cafeteria, have breakfast, and then go to school. And then after school, we have practice again. Then we go down to the cafeteria, we study, and then we eat dinner. Yeah, because Miss Emily had a schedule: studying, dinner, come back up,
All right.
study, and turn the lights off, go to your bed, and the cycle continues. Favorite memory on the weekends, because the farm was right next door to us, and they had like fruits and veggies and all of that stuff, and they had like a tilapia farm. Yeah, we were fishing out stuff.
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Duncan used to be complaining and be mad all the time. Um, there was a tree at our high school called the Divi Divi tree. That's like where all the cool kids hang out and chill. Um, and as a track athlete, everybody loves you. So we were always like love. And then I had friends that used to bring us food because sometimes we don't like the cafeteria food. So they live close by and they bring us food and all of that stuff. So it was a fun experience, and we
All
got to
right.
train together.
All right. So we want to give a shout out to Miss Emily. Can you recall the best advice that you have received from Miss Emily while you're at
Oh
Bear?
God. I mean, it's she just always encourages us and motivate and tell us like to always do your best in everything that you do. Um and just like she was like, you make sure you graduate, you make sure you study and you do your schoolwork and all of that stuff. So and then I had in high school I had other people that were there, like Timothy Spencer and Jimmy Joseph. He's up there, like they run Joseph Holding. So um, they help with my school fee, food, my covered my uniform. Mr. Spencer and Jimmy, they're still my mentor. So they helped me with all my financial stuff during my track career. That's the reason why I own a condo in Jamaica. My first paycheck, I wanted a
Wow.
Mercedes. I wanted a Mercedes Benz, and I got a condo instead.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. All right. That's some good stories. So, as you're talking about having those mentor in high school, tell us, and for some of the viewers, how important it is to have a mentor, a mentee at an early age, especially in high school, someone that could guide you and kind of help you to stay on track.
It's very important because, like I said, I was like an angry kid, so I was always getting it. Miss Bryan, our principal, oh, hats off to her, and Mr. Houghton, our vice principal. He died. He was our long distance coach. He died a couple years ago. Shout out to them. I lived in their office. Um, so when so Mr. Spencer and my best friend now, Soyini, they came
Yeah.
into my life at the right moment because I needed guidance. Because yeah, I was always in fights like all the
Yeah.
time at school. Because they hated the track kids for some reason. They always call you tough, and then the teachers always tell you that you're stupid, which I wasn't. So I acted stupid because they called me stupid.
Oh,
but but because I had Mr. Spencer and Mr. Joseph and Miss Bailey and Soini, and they saw something in me. So it kind of clicked in me as like all these people that are not my family. Because you know when your family tell you something, you're like, oh, you're my family, you have to. But when strangers started investing their time and effort in you, then you're like.
yeah.
So I went from crazy Aleen to
Okay.
the Aleen that
No,
you know now.
no, I
So
want to say,
it's important to have that, like
yeah.
somebody that's there for you, always encouraging you, supporting you, help you to like think logically. And because as a teenage girl, your emotion is all over. Teenager period, boy or girl, your emotions are all over the place. You're still trying to figure out stuff. So if you have somebody to guide you, somebody you can talk to without feeling like you're stupid or you're being criticized, so it's always good to have
All right. And I want to talk about Mr. Horton because I have the privilege of meeting Mr. Horton. He was actually one of the coach for the Jamaican junior team, back in the days when I went to the World Junior Games and I first met Mr. Horton. So, we know that he passed away, so we know he's resting in peace real well. So we just want, so tell us, before I go over to Ian, tell us a little bit about what type of coach was Mr. Constantine Horton, in terms of his workout and his as a disciplinarian.
that. Oh God, he was the. It's like he was the kindest, sweetest, scary person you could ever meet. Because he's like he's loving and caring, but he has this sternness to him. Like anything he says to you, you follow. And he always had words of wisdom. Because he lived across from us, so like every even a group of us would just sit at his he was on his chair and we sit on the concrete below his chair, and he would just tell us about all the athletes that came through. And I mean just let us know how good we are, and if we're slacking off he gives us a pep talk. And everything that was given to you, you have to earn it. He doesn't just give you, because like if he had like the past student used to donate, give him like stuff to give to the kids, but he doesn't just hand stuff out. You have to like earn it. So get a good grade, you're running well at a track meet, So he teaches you that everything that you get, you have to work hard for it. I remember the funniest thing is I remember he used to send us on long runs, and then he would time us, but he knew the time that we were supposed to get back. But half of us used to take shortcuts. We all used to take shortcuts. So one so one day, like we were coming out of our shortcut, and he was like right there in his car, like parked and looking at us, and then all of us backtrack and then went back the right way. And then after that, he started like tailing us, like to make sure we actually go to where he sent us. So he would just jump in his car and drive to make sure that we stick to what it is that we're supposed to do.
All
And
right,
if
thank.
we're tired, he's always there to motivate us. And he doesn't play. Like if he tells you that after you run this rep, you walk off. If you do something else, if you bend over, you fall down, he's kicking you out of his practice. You have to go train with a sprint coach until you
Okay.
figure your life out. So
All
he was an
right.
amazing person, though.
All right. All right. Over to you, Ian.
All right, Aleen, quick one. It seems like you had a lot of people who believe in you. So what I really want to ask you is, at what point did you personally realize that, guess what? I am really fast. I can do this because, everybody believe in you, but it's not until you can believe in yourself. So could you tell us at what point you really realized that, well, I can
I
run fast?
I think it was 1997. Was it? Yeah. They took me to I think it was 1997. World Championship was in Greece, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So they took they wanted to they took me to the World Championship in Greece. And I think I was what, 16,
Oh,
just to just for the experience. And I mean, it was crazy because some of the older athletes was kind of mean. Somebody called me drag, yeah. But I remember Herb McKinley and Carmen Clark was there because they were vying to host World Junior, the 2002 World Junior Championship. So so I was just like locked up hiding in my room the whole entire time. And Dion Emmons called Auntie Carmen. I was like, you need to come get this child. She's just locked. She's not eating. She's not doing anything. She's just locked up in this room. And Auntie Carmen came and got me, and they took her, and Herb McKinley took me all over the place. And Auntie Carmen was close to Merlin Patty. So and then Herb McKinley, you're a high school 16-year and Herb, you're hanging out with Herb McKinley, the Herb McKinley, and he's giving you knowledge on the type of athlete he was and how he got to where he was. And then Auntie Carmen introduced me to Merlin, and Merlin was practicing and warming up. And when she was about to walk onto the track for her race, she gave me she let me carry her bag. I was like, "Ooh, she was talking like she was like I was there, but I wasn't there because Merlin was talking to me, and she let me hold her bag and help her pack her stuff so she could go out to race. And like right then and there, I was like, you know what? Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this. I started like buckling down and behaving myself. I was studying, making sure to get my grades up because I found out that I could get to go to college, get a free education. No one in my family has ever done that. So I was like, okay, I got to buckle up. So I just settled down and worked. And yeah, it was that.
all right. So I can hear you speak highly of Merlin Attis, just like any other athletes. All of us Jamaican, we look up to Merlin Attis. But now you're telling us you get to spend time close to her. Could you just tell us or share with us at least one bit of advice that Merlin Attis would have given to you? As a young, as you said, 16-year-old, you start knocking the shoulders with her.
No, I mean she just pretty much like asked like what my goals and aspirations were. And she just said, I have to, because if you don't want to make a change, nobody else can do it for you. And she was like, I have to like make, like, she told me that I have to make the decision, what it is that I want, and work hard on it, and don't let anybody tell you anything different, or try to let anybody change your mind towards what it is that you want to do, and just work hard. She just, cause you just work hard, focus. She said she made sure like your nutrition, make sure your nutrition as well. You don't need, you eat properly, make sure you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. Listen to your coach. Because I think like she was at she knows she knows Constantine, Mr. Han too, and she was like, just listen to the advice that your coach is given to you. And she was like, your coach is like a second parent, so whatever advice it is, just that they want the best for you, do what you have to do. And she was like, I'm always here if you need to talk. And she was like, Auntie Carmen know how to reach me, Mr. McKinley knows how to reach me, so you know so it was good talking with her.
All right, great. All right, again, we're just gonna take you back. Being a student athlete, how difficult was it to basically balance your grade with having to train? And it seemed like at VIA you guys had rigorous training because you were training before school and after school. How
It,
difficult was that?
it was rough because your your body is tired, you want to sleep, your brain is tired, but you have to, like, because we schedule time to study. And then, like, if there's an athlete that knows a subject better than you, so so that athlete will help you understand it. For us, because we had Saini and Pasley, they were like super smart. So they did the study sessions with us. And then we had like teachers that would stay on and help us with stuff, and help us to better understand what it is that we don't understand. But it was hard. It takes a lot of like focus and determination, and just what it is. You just have to say what it is that I want, and you just put the time and effort into it, because you have to find time. You find time for everything else, so you have to find time for like schoolwork and stuff like that. So
All
it's
right,
about we had
sounds
schedules.
all right. See, you basically they keep you in line, your focus. All
Yes,
right.
I had schedules.
All right. So, your teachers basically would have played a great role in you getting a good education, in that you're able to pick up a scholarship. Is there any standout teacher that you may want to just give a shout out to?
Oh
And at the
gee.
same time, some of the athletes that were there with you during that time at VIR, some of your.
Oh, gee, there's so many teachers. Mr. Duncan, he was my agriculture teacher. Oh God, even though I didn't do engineering, the whole engineering department, um, the English teachers, oh God, Mr. Williams, he was my science teacher, my chemistry teacher, my biology, he's biology. So those teachers, oh God, the crew that was there's Saini. I had like a whole crew, so it was like we call ourselves the Get Rich Keep Cool crew. So there was Saini, Saini, Shelly, Kamika, Camille, me, Pasley, and then you had the babies. There was Sherry Francis, Davine Finley, um, Veronica was there, um, Melosia Clark, she was on the team with me as well. Natalie Sterling, oh God, Sharifa Lloyd.
Sure.
Um, they were babies, yeah, but they're still my babies. Who else? There's like so many people that were there, and it was like an amazing team. Like training with all those people, it was just really good. But it was good. We
You
had
know what I always wanted to
Michael
know?
McDonald was my first. Michael McDonald was there. Um, I mean, there's Michael McDonald's, Michael Blackwood. How could I forget those? They were like her big brothers. Yeah, overprotective big brothers. Yeah, so it was like a bunch of athletes that ran for Jamaica, represented Jamaica, and was there with us. So we had an amazing crew.
All right, this question here, I tried to dig in and see how much we could find out the winning formula that Veer have there. Because trust me, when when Veer go to girls champs, we know what is going to happen most of the time. It's like you have about, as you just call all those athletes, you're looking out for all those names, to take home some gold, silver, you know. But what was the winning formula there at Veer, if you don't mind sharing?
I think it was our work ethics. Like we knew what we wanted and we just worked hard for it. It was like practice was like a track meet. Yeah, practice was like a track meet thing. We used to go like head to head at practice. And it was fun. We had fun. Like it was like a sisterhood, and then we had like the male athletes as well. So it was like a bunch of siblings just hanging out, training, having the same mindset and goal. But I think it was just our work ethic. Like we just worked really hard, and we never complained. Whatever the coaches tell us to do, we do it. And the fact that we were following the footstep of so many greats. Merlin, Catherine Scott, um, Dion. Yeah, Dion Emmons. No, did she went to there? I think so. Didn't she? I don't remember. I think she did. Yeah, there was like so many grades that we were following, so we had to like make sure that we kept the same standards, and work hard and just make sure we represent our school and make our school proud. But it's just our work ethic, because we work really hard. Like I said, the 2-a-day training, and Coach Han had all of us running miles, like the sprint. Nobody got away from it. Like the sprinters, we had to run miles every day. Like our warm up, like we had to run like a 1 or 2 mile. The sprinters will do 1 or 2 miles, but then everybody else will go longer. But we had to like get those mileage in. So it's willpower, and we were just tough.
Okay. All right. This final question here, Aleen. We know that during your Trumps days you did exceptionally well, but could you take us back to one of your best race that stand out to you up to today date?
Oh God, I think it would be one year we were running our 4x1, and San Diego had like a 20-yard lead, 20-meter lead, and I ran. Like I chased down the ankle leg runner and passed her and won, because it was like a Bear San Diego rivalry. So that was like that was like the highlight of my life. Not
All right.
well, other than the Olympic medal, but high school moment. Yeah, that was it. And then the every year was so good, because oh God, Tula Robinson, yeah, she was a fierce competitor. So I always she was always a year ahead of me. So whenever I'll be in a class and dominating, and then I move up one year and she's still in that class. Then she'll beat me that year, and then the next year I'll come and then I'll dominate, and then it's just like that. So, and then I had Elva Goldburn. She was like a fierce competitor too. We're still close, and she's like one of my best friends. But competing with those two athletes at champs, it's just some amazing moments. And like every year I ran at champs and I won. That was just some amazing. I like, because I was like, you think you can't do anything, and then you go there and you surprise yourself. So that was for me, like every year going to championship, and I was just always there, because to make sure the aim was to always win, and wherever you fall off. But yeah, I always made it my point of duty to make sure I win.
All right. Thank you
Yeah,
very
but
much.
that 4x1 was it.
All right. Back to you there, Ian.
Man, so much great history for Veer Technical. I could remember Mr. Ben Francis. I read a lot about him. I just was like, who is this man? And I just found out that he was this great principal from Veer
He
Technical.
was.
You know,
He
uh,
was.
uh, you know, because I used to play the Costa Cup, and always wondered who's this person, the Ben Francis Cup. So come to find out that yep, he was from Veer Technical and he have done so much for the school.
Yeah, he was more than a principal because he didn't like run the school like a principal. He was your father, so you got treated like your father was handling you. So you got in trouble, you have to go see your dad. And those talk hit. He didn't have to hit. He didn't have to hit you, man. Those talking tos, yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
But he was an amazing person, though, and we love, like, all of us love, like, to this day, everybody loves him, and he was
All right.
caring and nurturing, so he treated all of us like we were his children.
All right, good, good, good to hear that. So let's just get it for the record. So tell us how many years did you spend at Veer Technical?
Okay, so I got there in 19, sorry.
I know it's a long time.
I went there September 1992. So I spent 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 90. 7 years at Bear, I think, yeah. Because I went there, it's a technical school. So I went there too early.
Okay.
Because with the technical schools, you would leave from junior high to go there. Like you went to holiday school, and so I was too young, so I had to repeat grades until I get to the age that I needed to get to graduate.
Well, me and Ian could tell you about that. You know that we went to a technical school also. So we're in the technical school family, and I'm just got to say that not to take anything away from, all the other high school and colleges, but we know that it's special when you go to a technical school and you're able to develop a trade,
Yes.
so the school is well rounded, so you still has your business and your science, but
Your
we
business
still
and
get
science.
all right. So we still get to do the auto mechanic, the
Yes.
agriculture, and all that stuff. So we're happy to be in the technical family. So let's wrap up your high school career. I know that we have your high school career was very successful. Competed from probably class 4 on up to class 1, and you guys. How many championship do you remember you guys won? Did you win the championship every year at Veer while you was there?
No, I think we won it once when I was at Veris, because when I got there, it was when everybody was like transitioning out, and then we were in the rebuilding stage. Um, so I think we once, and then after that, yeah, we didn't win until Veronica's group
Okay,
won.
okay. So how did Mr. Horton, when you guys win the championship, how was that going back down to Veer? Actually, what's the little town that Veer is located? Is it Veer
It's
or what?
called Hayes.
Okay, we need to
Hayes
get
Clarendon.
okay. Hayes Clarendon. Okay.
The
So
coo- the coolest thing is like you will know that Coach Horton is happy, but it's his expression. You have to know him to understand his vibe.
okay,
So he was genuinely happy. He's genuinely happy, but he's not over the top like us. He's more
okay,
like chill. He's like chill and calm and all the time. And he'll tell us he always tell us like he's proud of us. And when we get a smile from him, you've done great. And
okay.
we got the smile and the nod. Yeah, we knew we did well. But like yeah, we just piled on him and hugged him anyway.
All right. Well, let's move on a little bit to some of the international thing. While you're in high school, let's talk about the pen relays. I know that it's always fun after the girls' championship to actually go come to the US and just run some relays and just have some fun. Tell us about your first experience of the pen relay. Just if that was your first time to America, how was that? Just coming over to Philadelphia.
It was cool. That yeah, you step off the plane and the coal hits you. It was different. but But it was amazing. And the craziest thing is, like, my first pen relays, I didn't run my specific event. I was
Four
on
by
a
four.
distant.
Oh,
I was on the distant medley. I ran the 400 leg of a distant
oh,
medley. We won, but I ran scared
okay,
because
okay.
I think we had the Inez sisters. So
Janice and
the
Yvette.
Turner sister, Inez, the
Okay,
Turner sisters. The
okay,
Jennies and Inez were on the team.
okay.
Um, and then they needed 400 leg, and Coach Horton felt that I could do it.
Yeah, all right, all right, all right.
So
Yeah,
he gave me his little pep talk. Um, and he was like, I just need you. But it was crazy because I didn't think that I didn't think that I could have done it. And then San Diego on their 400 leg, San Diego had Casey and McCoy. And I think they had like a slight lead. And for some, I don't know what got into my head. Um, but I decided I needed to go. I needed to pass her, and I did. But like, yeah, I didn't get to celebrate with the team as much as I needed to because I have asthma. So after I ran my heart out, I just fell.
okay. All right,
But
all right,
it
all
was an
right.
amazing experience, and we won. So I was like, I was happy. I couldn't breathe, but I was happy.
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
right.
it was great.
Well, that got to be a fun experience, as I said, just coming over to Philadelphia in the cold weather, and knowing that very technical pretty much always bring home a
Definitely, you
championship
should
of
see the
America.
school auditorium at there.
Oh man,
It's stacked. Like
Okay, awesome,
wall to
awesome.
wall. Yeah. So it
All
was fun.
right.
And the crowd at Penn Relays, you know, all them Jamaicans who don't see us because
Yeah,
they're here in
yeah,
the US. Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah.
crowd will let you not, that crowd will give you so much energy. You feel like you can like conquer the world.
All right. All right, awesome. So just think about it now. What type of athlete were you just in your earlier days? I know you in in your professional days, but just like in your younger days, like how focused were you like the night before the day of the race? What were some of the things that you think about and from a mental standpoint back then, or were you nervous, a person that nervous, or you was really more of confident in what that knowing your ability that you're going to do well.
So Coach Houghton does like did like we would do like like before competition we would meditate and run the race in our head
Okay. Okay.
because he said the more you win it, the more you run it, the better you get at it. So we would run the race over. He would like have where we just get quiet and just think about the race and run the race in our head. But he's always found ways to make us so confident and fearless that that we walk out on the track and be like, yeah. And his coach on said we could do this, and our coach, Mr. Jarrett, as well. Like, and there were like, this is what you're here for. Focus on it. Like we didn't socialize with no boys. The boys from the other school would be trying to talk to us. Like, no, we got races to do. Like that's how he had us. Like nothing else. After champs is over, you can have conversation. After your race is over, you can have conversation with people. But until then, you stay under this tent. You stay with the group. If you want to watch a race, you sit with the group, you watch the race. When it's time for warm up, you come back, and that's how he had us. Like,
Okay.
but we were like fearless little. We were like little soldiers. Like
Okay.
we're at war. Yeah. So
All right.
me and you friends later.
All right. So all the years at Veer, you was managed to stay out of trouble, right?
Yes.
Oh,
After I had the mentor and Celine and all that stuff, I stayed out of trouble. I was the perfect little soldier.
all right, all right. Well, that's good to know. So let's talk a little bit about your representing Jamaica. Bring us back in the junior, going to the Carifta. What can you remember representing Jamaica, and when was the first time you represent Jamaica as a junior athlete?
I think it was, where were we? I think it was 1994 was my first time. And I think I got third. It was not fun. I did not like losing. I did not enjoy that third place. And after that, I was like, I will never come third again. If it's not gold or silver-ish, gold it is. Silver, I'll settle for it once in a while, but gold it is. And from then, that was my aim. And Coach Stephen Francis was our coach, our junior
Wow.
coach.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that. So I guess he was coaching back there, or Wilmer's.
Yes, he was coaching Womas, so he was on junior team with us, and he was the coach. He's like he was the sweetest, strictest person you ever met, and he used to bribe us because we hated the fact that he smokes. So he was like, "Well, if you win all of these events, I will not smoke for one day." So,
All right.
but he was, I like, once you get to know him, he's like the sweetest person ever. It's just that his track persona is like stern, and his
Okay.
coach persona is different from Mr. Francis. So, but it was fun. It was fun. Like, Carifta was fun. The coaches we had were like really good, and the chaperones we had, Auntie Carmen would come with us. She would teach us how to do our interviews and how to eat properly with knife and fork, all fancy and stuff. Um,
All right.
so, and then my teammates were always amazing, and there was always like a showdown between Jamaica and Trinidad.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It was
Okay.
Jamaica and Trinidad. It was all if it felt like it was just Jamaica and Trinidad at the character games. And it was always a back and forth, but it was really good.
All right, all right, all right. I get one more question, and I'm going to bring you back to Girls Champ. Just looking back at Girls Champ, what was one thing that you could remember? Just overall, it doesn't have to be your performance, but what was one thing that you could remember competing at Girls Champs for all these years? Just going that something that stuck out with you.
Just the energy, like the energy, the vibe. And when girls and boys champs are combined, and the KC crowd, the Calabar crowd,
Yeah.
the Bear crowd, the Jager crowd, it's just the energy that just it pushes out to you, and everybody just the love and support that the fans show us, and
Yeah.
just going
Okay.
out there and competing for your school, going out there and represent your school is just always an amazing feeling. And for me, being able to represent my school and being in the national stadium energy is next level, man. Especially
All right.
boys and girls champs. It's
All
a
right.
whole another feeling. Like,
All
I don't
right.
know how to explain it. It's just different.
Yep, yep, yep. And before I go over to Ian, just for the record, when you was cheering for the boys to win, other than Veer, who would you pull for?
Uh, the Calabar.
Okay,
Urban Center.
okay. I just want to know. You want to know? You want to know if you're Calabar, Kingston College,
And then
JC?
sometimes I cheer for Casey because I had like friends at Casey. I want to cheer for them specific because Marlon Barnaby went to Casey. Jago, I cheer for Jago because Steve Slowly was there and we were like cool friends. Wolmer is the Frater brothers, but
Oh,
I just cheer for them because
okay,
we made
okay,
teams together and all of that stuff. So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
and
All right, over.
Saputon, it
Okay.
was really good.
Well, I know that got to be fun. And I know that your mom probably get a chance to come and watch you run at the stadium. Do you remember any of that memory of your mom coming to the stadium?
I
Just as
think
a high school.
my mom is not my sister Angie. Yeah, my mom was. I think my mom finally came to the stadium at 2013 World Championship trials.
Okay,
But my
okay.
big sister Angie was like, because my mom didn't. My mom is the shy, reserved. Um, so I was surprised that 2008 they got her to do an interview.
Okay,
But
okay,
she's
okay.
a shy, reserved. But my sister Angie, oh God, that child was on the fence with
Oh,
pot cover.
okay, okay, okay. And I
So
gotta ask you this before I forget, Ian. Forgive me.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead, man.
I so when you go back to your community, what is that like? What do they call you? I know that everybody have a name in Jamaica that that they go by in the community. Did you got one of those?
Yeah, I have it. So they call me Yannick.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so everything is Yannick up on TV, and my mom was telling me like they always come and say Yannick up on TV and Yannick this and Mrs. Auntie Ma, you're not proud of that Bailey and Mr. Bailey, you're not proud of that. And when I would walk home with the trophies, I had to stop at everybody's house and show them the medal and the trophies and all of that stuff. So
Okay. All
it was
right.
a long stretch.
Okay. I know we're gonna have to give your mom a shout out. We don't want you to do it now, but what's your mother name?
Maud,
Mark.
sorry, Mom, Miss Bailey.
Okay. All right, over to you, Ian.
All right, Aleen, I see, you definitely had a very, very fun time during high school, you surrounded yourself with a lot of positive people in terms of just the team that you had there. You guys had your own thing going. I know. All right. So we know you as a champion athlete, but if you did not do athletics at all, what else you thought you might have done?
I would have been a vet.
Oh, I,
Yes, I would
and
have
why?
been a vet. Because like growing up in St. Mary, I had like a bunch of animals, and my brothers, whenever there's an injured animals, like I was doctoring it if they got something from the vet to put on the, because my brothers didn't have time to nurture no pet. They're dudes. But they weren't there. I was not supposed to treat them as pet because eventually there would be dinner or they would be sold to something else. But I tend to get attached. I always get attached, man. Um, and then so I would like nurse them to health. All the animals and I were friends. Because once my brothers turned teenagers, I did not have them anymore. So I had to find other friends, okay? So the animals were my friends. So I took care of them. I fed the chickens. If they had a cut, I took care of it. The dogs, I picked them, the ticks off of them, you know, doctor them. If they have a cut, I, fix it. So I wanted to be a vet.
That lead me to ask you, basically, your passion for agriculture. I bet you love that subject.
I did because I in high school I that was one of the subject I took because I worked we got to be on the farm, so I got to give the baby pigs their vitamin B shots. Yeah, poor babies. I felt sorry for them, but they had to get their medicine. They would cry and squeal, and the mom would try to eat us. But but and then we had mango trees. We had the tilapias that I used to steal. Um, chickens. So and then we got to most of the stuff that we ate in the cafeteria came from our farm because it's a technical school, so everything is hands on. So yeah.
Okay, nice. So definitely you enjoy being at school, on the farm.
Yeah.
That was my passion, agriculture. So I know the feeling. And coming from St. Mary's again, you're coming from a parish that, have a
Yeah, it
lot
was
of,
like a farming community, so it's just-
yeah, so that make a big difference. All right. So as a student athlete, what do you think is some of the biggest challenges that you guys would have faced in terms of, getting to where you are? Because a lot of athletes, we hear about some of them, and all of a sudden they fade out, and we know it may due to some of the challenges. Support. What would you say some of the challenges?
Because I think a lot of time it's like financial stuff. Because I was just lucky that I had Mr. Spencer and Mr. Joseph with to help with the financial stuff. Because to get to school, to get the paperwork to get into like a school, you have to pay for school, and then if you got to the U.S. at a junior college or at a university, they pay for your education, but there's still like little things that you would need like food, clothes, being able to fly, being able to travel back home when school is out of session. So it's just like a lot of financial stuff. Because what happened is that a lot of athletes end up having to work, and so they lose the passion for track if you don't have like somebody assisting you in college, like family assisting you with helping you with certain stuff. So yeah. So that's always a challenge.
Okay. If you were to give any advice to young athletes now who really want to take up athletics as a career, what would that be?
Oh gee. It's different now than when I was running because like track used to like back in the day track used to have money, but it's if it's something that you want to do, follow your dreams and do it, but make sure you have a backup plan. Because there like injuries happen, anything can happen, like injuries happen. You could you know, you might not be the caliber athlete that you thought you were. So just always have a backup plan. Like if you're not like a if you're not like super smart, then there's a bunch of trade school, learn a trade. Um, you know, just have a backup plan. If and with your save your make sure you invest, save your money. I just got lucky that I had somebody that didn't let me buy a Mercedes Benz and bought a condo where so now that is generating cash that's you know will go into like my retirement fund or something like that or invest in something you know that will benefit you long term. Save, don't squander. Just spend enough. And learn to say no. Learn to say no.
All right.
And just focus on. Sometimes you just have to be selfish. Focus on your goals. Because you know, friends, your real friends won't tell you to. Your real friends will guide you in the right path. And they'll support you in everything that you do. Just and make sure you have like have a positive set of people around you. You can't have no naysayers, people that won't be honest with you and just fill your head of lies and stuff. So you need strong support system. Um, you know, and just focus on train hard. Yeah, train. You gotta put to be a great athlete. You gotta put the work in. Like it's a lot of work and it's hard. And if you're trying to go to school and you're training, it's hard. Believe me, it's hard, but you can do it. Little country girl did it. You definitely can do it.
All right. You basically had speak also on injuries. With you, were you plagued at any point in your career with injuries?
I was because I think 2003. I don't know if I tore my hamstring in the that's why I love me some Merlin. I tore my hand. I was Merlin and I were actually in the same heat, and I was running off the curve, and my hamstring popped, and she came back for me, which was so cool. She
Oh,
came back for me. She finished the race and came back for me, and she was yelling at people. I like that.
wow, wow, wow,
She was
wow.
like, "She's hurt. She needs help. Get her here, 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 here." And then she had her personal trainer with her, so he looked at my hamstring and they did like therapy and stuff. And in 2004 Olympics, I was ready for 2004's Olympics, and then the worst one that happened was 2015. I was getting ready for World Championship. I was in a car accident, so that messed up that year. And then 2016, my first race out, I tore my hamstring, and that was it. So I had
All
to.
right. I see O'Shane Hudson here, and basically on the side, he had asked a question, but I also want to go back to at least during your school career also. He said, "What's your greatest disappointment?" He said, "As a senior level athlete, but I want to go at junior level. Is there any disappointment and what you'd have learned, probably a bad race or something, your worst race you want to tell us about?"
I didn't have any disappointment when I was a junior. Like I felt like as a junior, I did like everything was flowing. Like everything was flowing. Like track was fun. Everything was flowing, and then yeah, it was just flowing and chill. And then when you should become a professional athlete, it just changed to more like business type.
All right, so that's a question there from O'Shea. What's your greatest disappointment as a senior level athlete?
My greatest disappointment. By not My greatest disappointment was not training with the coach I wanted to train with when I graduated from college. Yeah.
All right, I'll let Ian ask you which coach that was. So back to Ian.
The one
Yeah.
that used to brand us.
All right, Aleen. We're really excited. We're just so happy right now for you just feeling comfortable to talk about the good days. And, we know that your best life is still ahead. I know that you have accomplished so much in track and field. And, track and field have brought you from so far to where you are right now. But let's talk about the going to college in the United States. Let's talk about you going to Barton County on the track scholarship. Can you just tell us back what was that moment like when you heard you was receiving a scholarship to come to the United States to study? What did that mean to you and your family?
I mean, it meant everything because it meant that my the hard work that I put in paid off. Um, so it was just good, and I'll be able to get an education for free and be able to do something that I love, which is compete. So that was great.
Okay. So
Fun.
what was the experience like just going to Barton? I believe Barton is in where, Kansas?
It's in Great Bend, Kansas. It's in the middle of nowhere, man.
Oh
In the
man.
middle of nowhere. So you definitely will be able to focus and get what you need to do done. Because we had a buffalo. It's my first experience with buffaloes. We had a buffalo farm, and then we had wheat, rice, something. Yeah. And there's always a tornado.
Oh, okay.
Always a tornado.
All
And
right.
then it snowed. But that didn't stop us from training. Coach Brahman would go out with a snowblower and clean lane one. We warmed up in the gym.
Mm-mm-mm.
We jog out, run whatever it is that we need to run, jog back in, warm, stay warm, you rest period, you go back out, you run the workout. That's why, yeah, and at Barton we dominated. So
All
yeah,
right.
we just train, and it was wonderful because it's like a bunch of Jamaicans that went there before I did. So it was a great experience.
All
Just
right.
cold. It was a
All
great
right.
experience.
All right. So going to Barton County, just coming to the US with the different food and the different environment. How the transition work for you? Was there any point that you be like, man, I want to go back home? Did that ever come across your mind?
Oh no, we figured out how to cook Jamaican. They had a kitchen. They had like a community kitchen, so we didn't miss anything. And everybody when they coming up, they bring all this the spice because we had people from Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, Bahamas. Um, we had people from different countries, so we would have like a different. Everybody would cook different nights. But we made sure cafeteria food wasn't good enough. We cooked our own food. There was like a Walmart. There was like a Walmart, and Walmart had once we can get chicken, flour, rice, the basics. So
All
we do
right.
like curry chicken, rice and peas and boiled dumpling and fine green banana. Cause
Okay.
fine banana green before it ripe. Them
Yeah,
green
yeah.
banana like right now. So
Oh
we
yeah.
we made it work, So we cooked yeah, we always we cooked and everything. We made sure we had the nutrients that we need.
All
And
right.
Coach Roman made sure we had everything that we need.
All right. Well, we got to talk a little bit because it's if a lot of people don't know that Coach Bowman, Lance Bowman, now he was an early young coach at the time, coaching in college, and just you able to for all the type of coach that he is, and to make sure that all of his athletes were well taken care of. So just bring us back to the young coach Bowman, what type of coach was he like back then?
I mean, he was strict. Um, he didn't play around. Like, you're here for this, and yeah, he didn't play around. We were not allowed to get in trouble. We behave every once in a while. There'd be one or two fights. Yeah, but we calmed it. We were yeah. He didn't play practice. Everybody had to be at practice. The only time you miss practice if it's like a near death situation.
All right, all right.
You have to be dying to or really sick to miss practice, because he will come look for you.
Oh,
Um, so he took his job seriously, but he loved all of us. He made sure all of us did well. He made sure we were well taken care of. He made sure we were doing well in school, because
all right,
school was as important as track.
all
Well,
right.
way more important than track. So
Okay. So who were some of the athletes on the team at Barton with you? I know that coming from Jamaica, sometimes you have athletes from different school. You guys just just coming from Jamaica, just come. It just seems like people always ask me, it's like, did you guys know each other from Jamaica? Because we're just like one family as a international student, and we'll be cooking in the dorms, and you know the Americans, they'll be like, "Hey, what you guys cooking over there?" And all of that. How was that experience for you?
It was good because Levan Sands, he's a triple jumper for Bahamas.
Okay,
He was a year. He came in a year after me. Um, a couple of my friend, one of my friends from high school, Camille Robinson, she was there with us. Um, there was like a few people. One, my friend from Antigua. Um, who else was there? But it was like this one wasn't when I was there. It wasn't like a whole bunch of Jamaican. It was a lot of Americans. So so they were there. It was a mixture of just Americans
okay,
and
okay,
Jamaicans. Yeah.
okay, okay. Who were
So
some of the Americans there with you?
Heidi's Fountain. She's a heptathlon for the U.S. I
Okay.
don't know if you remember her. Who else was there? I'm trying to remember
Uh,
who. There was like John Moffat. He went to LSU. He was a U.S. long jumper.
okay, okay.
Um, there's like a bunch of people. Monique Hall. She went to LSU. She was a sprinter at LSU. Um, but it was good. It was
All
a
right,
really
awesome, awesome. So obviously you dominated in junior college. You probably was all American for the whole 2 years that you was there. Coming to America and just transition over. Just tell us about your next phase in your life. When it was time for you to go to college, how did that decision make, and why did you choose to be a Gamecock down at University of South Carolina?
So I visited a bunch of schools. Like I think I went to LSU. I went to LSU. I went to Auburn. I went to Miami.
Yeah.
Um, but Coach Fry was just different. He gave you that parental feeling. And his thing, like every school I went to, they were talking about like their athletic achievements and their Olympians and all of that school stuff. But Coach Fry was talking about his grade point average.
Yeah.
He was talking about his grade point average and his religious beliefs. And Maud, my mom is an evangelist, so I mean, I'm going to be coached by a Christian man, so and
All
whatever
right.
Maud says goes.
All right. All right.
So,
All right.
but he was just super cool. And then when I went on my visit, the Lewis twins and the Barber twins and Demetria Washington and Antoinette Wilkes, like she's a Jamaican American, to see the Bass.
Yeah.
They
Remember
were
her.
they were
Remember.
like they were already there, so they were like in the group of women that hosted me, and they
Okay.
were they were like hands on, and they didn't treat me like I was like somebody that we were trying to recruit. Like they were like, we going here. They were like trying to impress me for me to go. They were themselves, and was like, oh, cool. And then I know the Barber twins from Penderleys because I remember, oh, I know them from Penderleys. And I remember them. And then when I was at Barton, like they were like they were like, you know, super famous. So I was like, okay, cool. I get to go to school with them. You know.
All right. All
And it
right.
was funny. They were really amazing people. So I was like, yeah, maybe. And then Terrence Tremel was there.
Oh,
Alan Johnson, Monique
yeah.
Hennigan. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
here.
All right. I believe before you got there was two Jamaicans. I think Marvin Watson and Charmin.
Charmaine was there. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Charmaine went to Verstek high school, and Charmaine was there when I went to visit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
All
Marvin
right.
wasn't there, but they told me about Marvin. But Charmin was still living there.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get back to the collegiate career, but I want to get this question in before it disappear off the screen. One of our loyal followers, Mr. Franklin Cuffey, he wanted to know how supportive was your brother, and how proud of he was of your success. Caperton, your brother Caperton.
He better be supportive or I beat him up. No, but my brother he was definite, like it was definitely a support. Because in high school, I used to stay with him and his mom when I used to travel from there to Kingston. And he was really supportive. And his mom, even though wasn't my mom, she took care of me like her Mama Liv, yeah, Mama Liv, that was her name. She took care of me, and my brother was always proud. He made a song after the 2004 Olympics. My brother is way more proud. My brother is the outspoken, so he loves the whole excitement of his baby sister being famous and stuff. And I'm like the chilled sibling. I'm like, yeah, he's not, but I'm cool. But he's like I'm the chilled sibling. He's the sibling. Like, yeah, my sister is like the best everything. And I mean, he's always there. He used to come to my track meets. He used to be at practice. He used to him and like a bunch of, I don't know what if they were trying to. When I used to train summer in Kingston, like him and his whole crew used to roll into practice and mean mug the boys at practice. I don't know what he was trying to do. I guess he was trying to intimidate them.
Okay. All right.
So,
All right. So, since we're on that topic, when did you know that your brother was a good singer? Did you see in those early years that he just was, he was passionate about being a recorded artist?
I'm yeah, he was because he like I was younger, but he was, and my other brothers will remember. Like he was always singing and stuff, and he talked a lot. That's why so his stage name, they named it after a lawyer, because lawyer Capleton, because my brother, like he
Okay.
talked, yeah. So he was
Okay.
so he talked like a lawyer. So he's a good, my earlier age in high school and professional, like he's cool.
All
He was
right.
proud. He's cool. He's always
All right.
talking.
Okay. Well, I know this year might be a little challenging, but what's your favorite song that he did? You might have more than one, but which one's your favorite?
Um, Tour is my favorite.
Oh, you come a foreign on tour?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, I love that one.
All
And then
right.
he has a couple of songs that I love. So Tour is my favorite because that's like his first major like hit. So
After me left from Jamaica, go a foreign pan tour.
So, Aleen, what was that moment like? You seen him perform on a big stage that that your brother, you're just so proud of him. Bring us back to one of his favorite performers that you was able to watch yourself.
oh God,
Mm.
it was. Oh God, I think all of my brother's performances are amazing because he has so much energy. I don't know where he get all that energy from. I need to get to him. But But I always get in trouble when I go to his show because apparently I'm supposed to be backstage. But I always sneak around away from his security and just go watch in the middle. I think it was Sting. I think where I think it was a 2007 Sting or something like that. Yeah, I got to watch him. He's like it's amazing to watch him. It's amazing to watch him perform. I don't know how he got that energy. Um so
All
and
right.
it's the high knee and the jump tucks
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
running from one end to the next. But he used to play. He loves football, and he used to run a little bit, but he never got into it. But
That's good.
but yeah,
Le- lem-
all of his performance I've been to because he was here in Raleigh 2019 and I got to see him and like his entrance was like running onto the stage and then he just start jumping and then the crowd jumping with him. He just it's just it's an amazing thing to watch.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I'm seeing all kind of names popping on the screen that I'm seeing that the fire mama. Um,
Yes, that was a nickname. That was a nickname guy because like yeah. And then running shot. I don't think any other track people call me juniors. They never junior. They never called me Aleen. I always have a fire or fire girl or something like that. So yeah, I was always labeled as Captain's sister
all
until 2004. I was Aleen Bailey.
right, all right, all right. Well, it's really so awesome. I know that your family got to be proud, knowing that two of the biggest thing in Jamaica, and you talk about sports and entertainment, knowing that you know um, you got you running in the Olympics, and you got him, one of the biggest artists in Jamaica. So that got to be real proud, especially for your dad,
Yeah.
just to see that. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to send you back over to Ian, and I want to talk a little bit more about your college days before we move along to the professional.
All right, Alien, before we run away too far, I definitely want you to say something about mommy, because you speak highly about her, a disciplinarian, being in the church and everything. So could you just tell us a little bit about mommy?
Oh, I'm her baby. I wasn't disciplined. But my mom is, oh God, Maud. She is, I don't know. I guess God just loaned us one of his angels because
Uh,
she's the sweetest, most loving, caring woman. Um, she's the best mom I could ever ask for. She just makes sure everything is okay. She always took care of me. When I was sick, she took care of me, everything. Even now that I'm older and I go home and I tell her to wake me up at 2 o'clock and she doesn't wake me up because like wake me up because I have to go back to Kingston, you know. Um, and then I wake up and it's night and I can't go anywhere. She was like, "You're so tired. I didn't want to wake you up. I know you needed the rest." It's like, Mom. And then she always what you want. She's always trying to feed me. Always. Even when I'm because as an athlete you have to look a specific way. She's like, "Why you look so scrawny and not eating?" I was like, "No, Mom. This is how I'm supposed to look." She was like, "They're not feeding you. Why your coach not making you eat?" I was like, "Because this is how I'm supposed to look, Mom." But she's always trying to feed you, and like the kids in the neighborhood, like she took care of everybody, so everybody loved her. Her house is where everybody hang out. She cooks, she eats. She's an evangelist in the church. She takes care of the community. She does all the little stuff. But everybody loves her. She's everybody little friend, little friend. And even it's amazing that people like even people like people that when I was little, I remember like being mean to her, like she and them are friends now, and I'm like, why, woman? And she was like, the Lord wants you to forgive and forget, and I have her sweet, loving, caring personality and forgiving personality, which is something I want to give her back because I want to beat people up sometimes. But that's just how she is. And she's just a wonderful woman. She takes care of my dad. She makes sure he's okay. She always complained that he needs to rest and she doesn't take care of himself and he's not listening to him. But that's how she is. And her kids, she does the same thing with all of us. She loves all her kids, and her kid, my siblings that wasn't her kids, like she took care of them. She loved them the same way she loved us. And it's just like she just have all this love to give, and it's hard to explain how amazing she is. And she's always so supportive with me and everything that I do. And just always, Ailey. Well, now she's calling me Ailey, apparently. She following everybody. But usually it will be like, Yannick, don't, everything is going to be okay. I prayed for you today. She's always praying for me. So I feel like I'm still around is because me and my siblings are still around, are still going strong because of all the prayers and love she pours into us. So she's definitely an amazing little dude.
Yeah, I can tell she is a wonderful lady. I can hear it. I could see it on you as you speak about her. It's just, so we just want to send some love to mommy, Miss Maud. Big up yourself. Thank you for raising such a wonderful, wonderful lady who have represent Jamaica so well. So, Alien, as we look to the side there, we're looking at the Jamaica flag. Just tell us how you feel when you put on the jersey that have that across your breastplate, Jamaica.
Invincible, man, invincible. You know how we say anything we set our mind to, we get it done. And you're Jamaican, Jamaicans, we always on top, and we work hard, and it's just the vibe, man. It's just the vibe that Jamaica give you, man, and the people. And then when you're at these championship and you see people in Half a Tree, Montego Bay, the Square, Montego Bay, downtown Kingston, and it's just the vibe, man, and you're representing the culture. So once you put on that, black, green, and gold, it's like you transform into like a superhero. You just feel invincible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
Yeah,
it's an amazing feeling, it's an pride and all of that stuff representing Jamaica. It's an amazing feeling.
it is. It's a fun feeling, man. I don't know for you like running in front of the crowd there in Jamaica versus overseas. Just tell us the difference. I know the energy is there. So is it that
It's a
you?
part. Jamaica is a party. It's a party. And it's a party all the time. It's a vibe. You have to be there to experience. Jamaica is a whole experience. It's love and unity, and then the people that we hate them one another, whether they boys or girls champs. No, they love them one, but they really don't hate. We just don't like you for that period of time because of boys and girls champs. And it's just fun because you see the KC man and the Calabar man, they brought that vibe that they had for boys and girls champs, into us at the stadium for trials or any international track meet, or just watching us from across the world. It brings that unity. And the craziest thing is I love the fact that when we're competing, like the violence stuff, and it just bring the country together as one. I wish we could keep that vibe after the track meet done. Just pretend say there are Olympics and both are on the roller cart every day of the year. Or Shelly or win Olympics, the medal, or just keep that vibes all the time.
All right. I see like a lot of people talking about you on the relays. I guess they love just to see you on the relay. So what I want to know from you, Aileen, is there a specific leg on the relay that you love to run? I know sometimes we don't know how it's set up, but but if you had it to just pick Which leg would you run every time?
I definitely will not run the starting leg. So anything after that, I can run second, third, and fourth. I am slow out the blocks. They will not. Nobody should ever trust me starting early. Okay, I am slow out the blocks. But second leg, third leg, ankle leg, I'm good. But I'm flexible. Wherever you want, throw me. I'll adapt to it and do an amazing job.
Just don't love the first leg.
Just don't put my first leg. Mm-mm.
Uh, with that said,
Maybe
when
if
you
on
step
a
up,
4x4, yeah, a 4x4 you can make me run the first leg, but a 4x1, because the 4x4 me can still make up. Yeah, but a 4x1 is just like, and it done.
all right. Basically, I was gonna ask you another question in that light, but I'm gonna leave that one for Ian. So Ian, we're gonna turn you back over to Aleen.
Yeah, all right, thank you. We're gonna move along because we want to cover some more of Alien career as a professional. Now we got to go back to the Gamecock, so we can't miss that. Alien, tell us. So you went to South Carolina. What was the first year like? Just going now to a bigger program, a Division 1 program with supposed to have more competition, more team. You got a coach like Coach Fry who is well established. He's been coaching for so long, and you
Yes.
guys, I know the ultimate goal is to win the NCAA championship. Tell us about how did that dynamic dynasty started down in South Carolina, and tell us exactly what year did you get to South Carolina? What was the first year? Because I want to make sure I get it correctly. I know 2002 was the best year, but I want to make sure I get it correctly.
So I went there August 2001, which is the start of the 2002 school year, pretty much.
Okay.
Um, but he actually like started like that dynasty from like when he recruited the Barber twins and the Lewis twin and Dimitri and Tafida. And then my group came in 2001. So there was like Chelsea Hammond, Erica Whipple, Tiffany Ross, Lashinda Demas, um, Mickey and Lisa. Oh, Barber twins. Michelle, Lewis. So he already had he had those, and then myself and Lashinda and Tiffany, and we came on the year 2001. So 2001, it was like we were like a killer squad. Like it
Okay.
was like a killer squad, okay?
All right.
Like practice was like we were like a killer squad. Like we were like killer squad. Practice was next level. Like we didn't play.
All right.
And
Uh,
I had to train. I had to train with the 400-meter runners. Jesus.
mm, mm,
Oh
mm.
Jesus.
Mickey and Lisa is a beast, boy.
Oh Jesus. Oh, it was rough. Cause
All right.
Mickey and Lisa, they can go from the 100 to the 400 and dominate.
And from the 60.
From the 60 all the way up and dominate. And
Yeah.
then add Demetria, add Lashinda, add Tiffany Ross to that. And Erica Whipple. Yeah, it was it was like practice was, yeah, and Coach Fry didn't play. Like my asthma clutch that I used to use on everybody else didn't work on him. It's like, Coach Fry, I can't breathe. He's like, huh? Yeah, the trainers are here. You'll be fine. They know CPR. We'll keep
All
you.
right.
Yeah, we keep you good.
All right. Well, now we're talking about training. Aileen, tell us the one workout that you hate that maybe Coach Fry gave you or another coach. What's your worst workout that you just hate doing that type of workout?
So background training, we had these. So we had two soccer fields, football field. We had two football fields, the length of two football fields. So for background training, we had to run down, pause, run down, pause, run down, pause. And mind you, you can't be running with butt kicks. You can't. You have to be technically sound. And if you fall off, the entire squad gets in trouble. So if when he blows the whistle and everybody's not on the line, everybody gets the extra one, and you don't want to be that person.
All right,
So you
all
don't
right.
want to be that person. So
Yeah.
like, and like, it was just like everything was just. It's just we had a killer squad, and nobody wanted to back down. Like practice, nobody backed down. Nobody fell off. Nobody was like, oh, I'm tired, I can't do it. Like nobody backed down. Like we were just like a killer squad. Like training was amazing.
Well, that just moving to it. You got Mr. David Payne, one of the clutch guy. When you talk about a beast, that you know he was on the program, and he want to know, man. He want to know how was that like running against Mickey, Lisa, Demetri Washington. How was training like in practice? How did Coach Fry able to get you guys not to be racing in practice, and how did you guys deal with that that
I
aspect of it?
mean, I was still starstruck. So being able to train with that, because like they were like national champions before I got to. They're like NCAA champions, it's the Barber twins and Demetria. I don't care if they go kill me at practice. I'm there. And then Tiffany and Lashinda, all three of us were like tiny. We wanted a piece of this pie, man. So we were like tiny killers. So we were like staying on them, and they were like amazing. Like they weren't the type to like, oh, you're here trying to get my spot. No, like we had a goal. They were like amazing. We had a goal. Like if I'm dying, Demetria was like, come on, Aleen, you can do this. Nikki and Lisa, like, come. We had like a cheering squad. We had like a cheering squad. And the boys, like, and we had the guys out there and Alan and Terrence, and like if somebody has a rep, if somebody's finished and somebody has a rep and they can't, they look like they don't have the energy, like the guys will jump on with you and run it with you. Or if Demetria, if she has to jump and run, people will pick you up. Like let's say I have let's say, because sometimes my asthma get to the point where Coach Fry has to give me like a longer break. But like let's say Mickey will start the first 50 with me. If I have a 200, Mickey will start the first 50 with me. Somebody else pick up the other 50. Demetria picks up piece. Tiff picks up piece. It was like a team effort. No man was left behind. So we really didn't have like that like any animosity or rivalry. The only problem is that they had trying to get me girly was like a struggle for them. But they figured it out.
All right,
I didn't like combing my hair.
all right.
So
Well, all right. Well, let's talk about the history making team. Obviously, we're talking about the history making team, but in 2002, you guys won the first national championship for South University of South Carolina in track and field. And like the big school like LSU's and all them other schools winning it. You guys have that dynasty that year. Tell us a little bit about, and you was able to to win the 100 and 200, and you
oh no, the okay, yeah.
yeah. So that's got to be, I think all of you guys gonna always remember that moment in 2002 when that's probably the highlight of your collegiate career for all of that. Just tell us how were you guys was able to pull that off? You know.
So 2002, so we were mad. Like we were all mad because 2002 I got the silver in the 200, but 2003 I won the double. But 2002 we were mad because they they said I fall started out at 100. Um, so I got disqualified from the 100 at the 2002 because we were in LSU. Somebody else flinched, but I would not say. So I got disqualified. But Coach Fry knows I don't fall start. Coach Fry tells me never to move. So everybody was mad. The team, we were just mad. Um, so from that, everybody was like, we're just gonna kill them. Like we're gonna, every event that we go into, we're gonna win. Every event that they don't expect us to score a point in, we're gonna dominate. And I was crying. If I think if you watch the video again, you see me crying on TV. And Demetria snapped at the reporter for videoing me. And she got me, like she hugged me, and she walked me out of sight, and she gave me she gave me like a team captain pep talk. Because Demetria was our team captain, and she gave me the team captain pep talk. She was like, "You have the 200. Do not let this distract you." And I was like, "We needed the point." She was like, "No, they have you not placing in the 200. What I need you to go out there is to go out and win this 200." I was like, "Okay." So I did what she told me. She was like, "I'm gonna handle business. Tiffany and Lucinda is gonna handle business. Antoinette going to handle business in long jump. Lisa, Tacita gonna handle business in the hep and the hurdles." And we just went out there, and we just like we just went ham. The 4x1 relay that they didn't expect us to win. Lisa gave me that stick off that curve. I was anchor leg. I was just out for blood. Like, we need these points. We gonna get these points. The hurdlers, they went out. I think all three of them. I think we got 1, 2, 3. The 400, we got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
The 200, man. I was running for that first place, but girl from USC, she was really good. Hands down, she was really good. So I got second, but I wasn't expected to be in the finals. So I secured my points for my team in the 200 and the relay, and it was down to the 4x4. And Coach Fry was like, "Aleen, you want to start?" Because Tacita did the hep, the 400 hurdles, and she was tired. And Coach Fry was like, "Aleen, if I need you for this 4x4, you got me right." And I was like, "Yeah, I got you." I was ready. But Tacita was like, "Nah, it's going down." So we pulled it off, and we won, and it was like an amazing feeling, because University of South Carolina have never won a championship in the history of the school. And for a group of black women with a black head coach, that was like a big thing in the US. You know, it was like a big thing, something big and amazing to pull off in the US. And you know, Coach, we just went out there for Coach Fry. Like, he was always encouraging, and he was like a dad, even though sometimes we didn't want him to be a dad. But he is who he is, and he had daughters. So he treated us like we were his kids. And shout out to his daughters and his son and his wife for sharing him with us, like, because it's hard to have your dad like coaching and spending so much time with other athletes, and sometimes you don't get to see him, and he's traveling all the time for track meets. So shout out to them for sharing him with us. So he's an amazing coach, and we did that in 2002, and it was amazing, and we're in the history books. So
All right. Well, congratulations to all the Gamecocks in the
yeah,
2000 National Championship. I mean, that team, when you look at all the athletes that was on the team, I believe probably all of, I mean, you got so many Olympian and world champion. I mean, that's
oh
really,
yeah,
when you look at Lashinda Demas, Mickey
yes,
Barber, Lisa Barber, the low,
Demetria, Tiffany
yeah,
Ross.
yeah, that was awesome. I mean, probably about 10 of you guys, I mean, you guys did what you're supposed to do, and win it and win the championship. So I know that's a special team to Coach Curtis Fry. One thing I could tell you about Coach Fry, he loved every single one of his athletes. Up to this day, I seen him on social media, and he always talking about all of his past athletes. He really, really genuinely, I could say that he's that type of coach. He's not like when you graduate, you be like, okay, bye. No.
I know. We had to graduate though, because he hunted because I moved back to Jamaica 2004 and I had one more semester left to graduate. And he hunted me down. He's like, you
Yeah,
better come
yeah, yeah.
back.
All
So
right.
I definitely, yeah. He's been hunted, like, because a lot of us went pro before we graduate, but he'll stalk us until we graduate. Like, he like, so when you coming back? So when you coming back? So when you coming back?
All right. All right. Well, we're going to move along because since you brought up the 2004 Olympics, there's two things I want to talk about. Obviously, I know that your little brother Bolt was at the 2004 Olympics. A lot of people don't know that Bolt was at the 2004 Olympics, and
He was so tiny.
yeah, at the time, you was training down there in Jamaica. You have moved back to Jamaica, and you was training down there. Was saying, and I know that that's probably the last rain was saying probably lost. If I could be wrong, but up to this day, I'm seeing that Olympics where he literally finished third in his heat or something, or fourth, and you was at the Olympics. That was your best Olympics, and so bring us back to the 2004 Olympics. Now, you're going into the Olympics really as a favorite to win a medal, even in the individual event. You was having one of your best year running. It's no way that relay team would have lost with you, Veronica, and Sharon. That was a team, and you guys ran 41.74 second. And you could correct me. Is that still a Jamaica record?
No, Shelly. I think Shelly's team just broke it. The
Okay,
team
okay.
of Shelly and was it the last World Champ?
Well,
Last Olympic.
at the time, that was a Jamaica record.
Yes, that was a Jamaican record at the time.
And you know that to break a record with Merlin Patty, Juliet Cuthbert, and those back in the days, that
Yes,
was
it was an honor though.
all
It was
right.
an honor to break. It was an amazing feeling to break that record and have Merlin there at that Olympics. Because Merlin was there. She was running for Slovenia, but she stayed at our apartment with us.
Okay.
Like, she was there every day, hanging out with us, chatting, talking to us, getting us like all hyped up and ready.
All right. All right. Well, tell us about the vibes going into the 2004 Olympics because you guys I've done something that probably one of the most enjoyable and one of the best uniform that ever made for track and field. Probably I think I heard that it was designed by Bob Marley's daughter, the uniform. And I might be wrong. No, that might be another Olympics.
Hers was the 2012 Olympics, 2004
12.
Olympic uniform. I think Juliet Campbell had something to do with it.
Okay. Well, you guys came really and truly like you guys was at the island on one of the best beach.
I don't know what they were thinking.
So I gotta say that after you guys try that uniform on, how inspirational that was to you guys to make sure that you bring home the gold medal.
See, at first we didn't want to. At first we were like, oh Jesus. Because the strap was like a thin thing, and then we're like worried about it holding everything in, and but we had to like run and see if the strap would move or anything. So it was like at first we were like worried, but then once we ran the 100-meter finals, and we had three people in the finals of the 100-meter, which was amazing. And then Veronica won the 200, and then I got fourth, and the vibe was just different. And then we had Merlin, like we showed Merlin our uniform, and she was like, "Wow, cool." So she started getting us like she was always there to get us in the frame of mind, like, girls, like, you can do this. You have a wonderful team. The team dynamics was amazing. Like, we ate together, we lived in the same spot together, we went to practice together. We pretty much were like attached. All five of us was six of us was attached at the hip, because we were Karen Snort. She was a baby. We were dragging her around everywhere with us. Because I think she was still in high school when she came with us, but she was with us all the time. Beverly was with us, because Beverly ran the heats for us with us. So it was just like a different feeling. We are like a unit. Um, uh, we had like our in-house hairstylist.
Oh
So
man.
everything was I think Sharon got us into the uniform vibe, because Sharon is the girly one. Sharon is the girly one on the team. So she got us into like got us excited about the uniform. It's like, girl, we're gonna look so good, and we're gonna do our hair this way, and we're gonna do makeup. And I'm there like, makeup, hair. Um, I don't do these things. um, but it was an amazing experience. We worked together as a unit, and it was fun. Siobhan tweezed my eyebrows. Those things are painful. Getting your eyebrows tweezed are painful. So Siobhan tweezed my eyebrows. Bridget did my hair in the ponytail thing. Bridget cut Veronica hair and styled it. Because Bridget does hair, yeah.
Okay.
Sharon was the girly one. So Sharon and Tanya were the two girly ones. So they made sure me and Veronica was not into the whole makeup and hair thing. But they got us into it because that uniform, man, that uniform. We had to match the uniform. So Siobhan brought like, because if you see the rounds, my hair was like in like just a regular ponytail, or it's just all crazy and all over the place. And then for the women's 4x1, it's like slit silk back with a long ponytail. Yeah. So we were ready.
All right.
Yeah. And
All right.
having
Well,
Merlin there was really good. And our physical therapist, Miss Elizabeth, she died like a year back. She was amazing. It's like she made sure we had our ice baths. Veronica took ice bath and she hated those things. So we definitely was gonna do some damage if Veronica took an ice bath.
all right.
So it was good. And on race day, we were just excited. But and it was so funny because we had like a plan of how we were going to dress down. So but we went out, and then all of a sudden we hear the backstretch going crazy, and we're like, why is the backstretch going crazy? Because it was supposed to be Tanya stripped down, and Sharon stripped down, and I stripped down, and Veronica stripped down, just to give people like, the uniform. And damn, like the uniform. But Sharon like stripped down before everybody, and you could see that the crowd backstretch went crazy, and you see her popped up on the screen, and she was just in the uniform, taking her relay marks. And then the rest of us was like, whoa, and then we just all start stripping off, and then the crowd start going crazy, and then we're like, okay, we definitely got to win this. So and I watched all the passes. I watched because in practice we had issues, and then we just found Tanya and Sharon just gelled perfectly. And Sharon and I gelled perfectly, and Veronica and I have ran together in high school. So that was what it is. And I knew her like I knew her and everything like that. And then it just flowed like. And then like when I saw Sharon coming and she was like ahead of Marion Jones, I started panicking. I was like, will I be able to run out fast enough? Or she's and I was like, oh Jesus, I definitely gotta. I was like, oh Jesus, she's coming like fast. And so I got out and got the stick, and I don't know, I was just running, and I passed the stick to Veronica, but I was still running. And apparently, if you cross the line, like we were so far ahead that I was, I was, I was about to cross the line before the rest of the teams behind me, and one of the Jamaican officials had to yell and be like, "Aleen, stop!" So I had to like break up because I was so excited because I wanted to be at the finishing line when Veronica crossed the finishing line. But I had to stop and wait until everybody crossed the line because if I had crossed the line before the other athletes, then we could have been disqualified. That would not have been fun. But we were that excited, and we didn't have to worry about the malfunction because nobody's nobody's uniform strap popped because it was like a little plastic, so that was we were worried about. Like, what if it snapped and exposed somebody? And so we got through that. We won, and it was just amazing because I knew over the years that we had amazing teams that could have won and they didn't, and for us to accomplish that for our country for like the first time in history and then breaking the national record, and then Veronica won our first sprint gold medal, so it was an amazing feeling. So it was an amazing year. And the uniform yeah, the uniform we definitely had to win with that uniform. And yeah,
all right. So we got to talk about little bit about that uniform. So let all the viewers know, where's that uniform now, or is it?
It's right here.
Okay, guys. So that
it's
uniform,
like in a frame.
it's in a frame. We was hoping for Aleen to say, look, I'm planning to use this uniform again one
I
day.
ain't in shape. The next time I'll make sure I'm in shape.
but it's funny. I don't think any of the girls wear that uniform again.
Oh no, we have. I think I put it on once because I was doing a promotion with Ting, and that was the last. We had to do a photo shoot in it, and that was the last time I wore it. Yeah, that's a risky uniform. Because the side, like there are like holes on the sides, like the sides had holes, and then you had one solid strap, and then you had one strap that was just like a plastic. So it was like half the shoulder.
All right. Well, we're just looking on TV, so we're not able to see that close, with the uniforms. But we just want to say that you girls look really beautiful and elegant and first class, and all gold medalists. So that was so awesome, especially in Athens where it was nice and warm. So you guys didn't have to worry about. So Athens have such a rich tradition,
Yes.
and to go back and to see you guys, just at the time I've said the ladies was bringing the flags for Jamaica. We got to say that the ladies, we want to give credit to the ladies, because if it wasn't for the ladies gave us hope. Yeah. The ladies gave us hope to know that, look, Jamaica was all the flag and to hear the national anthem, so that was until 2008 now, when your little brother Usain Bolt just starting to outshine you guys, some of the girls.
That's good. I think he had the mindset from 2004 because we all hanged out. He was like our baby, so we had him with us every time. And like he had the mindset from 2004 that he's gonna get through it, because the press was mean to him. Didn't like y'all then.
Yeah,
but like I think like that hit home because he was mad. Like he was mad from that day. He was mad, and he was like, he was going to like be the best at it, and he's gonna work hard, and he did.
All right.
Like he put in the work. Like I saw him every day put in the work, and till his little bones, his little scrawny arms start growing muscles and all of that stuff. So then he became Usain Bolt, the world record holders. So.
Okay. Well, Aleen, I'm so proud of you, because what we're seeing these days, people believe that if you come to college in America, that your career is not going to be as successful. And I know that we're very proud that Jamaica could develop local athletes You know, we're happy for that, and I don't want that to stop. But we know that you know, it's nothing wrong to come to college, and if you want to go back home, if education is important to you, and you want to you know, study your education, I don't see the reason why it's I never seen where the collegiate system has affected any athlete. Now the problem that I see, Aleen, was after people finish college, they don't know what to do in terms of training, and things change. So if they want to go to Jamaica, to Africa, to, you know, wherever they want to go to continue the career. You know, what's your input? I want you to give us your feedback, because you has been an athlete that came through the NCAA system, and you know, you actually went back home to train for a while, and so you have the experience both training in the U.S., training in Jamaica. Give us some pros and cons about that.
I mean, college, because when I was in college, like I guess maybe I just looked at because I wasn't overworked. And then back when I was in high school in Jamaica, I wasn't overworked. But like now, after like I think after my era and like Veronica's era is like high school kids are doing college type weightlifting. Um, High school kids are being trained like a professional athlete. They're not being trained like high school kids. And the focus, like boys and girls champs for me was a focus, but we it was like a transition into something else. Like now everything is just so centered and on boys and girls champs to the point where kids are competing hurt. Because I remember, I think I which year I remember seeing an athlete on the track in bandages because they want to score 1 point for their school. But instead of like preserving that athlete, I understand you want to win, but damaging the athlete in the process doesn't make any sense to me. And then when that said athlete recovers and get us and ran goods the next year and come to university at a college, like if the injury that he had in high school wasn't properly taken care of, when he gets to college and start doing the college type stuff, he's gonna still having like issues with the same injury that should have been fixed. Like he should not have ran on to get a point for his school. Or so a lot of time the universities here are blamed for kids being injured when they were given an injured kid. And then they're here trying to fix that kid and help them to get to point A, and then it doesn't happen. Also, after college, if you don't have a contract with a shoe company, you have to find a job. It's not like our country is providing us with assistance, because Jamaica really don't provide Jamaica really don't assist their athletes, period, once you come here, or or if you need assistance after you graduated from college and trying to expand on your career, athletic career. Like if you don't have the assistance, you have to get a job, and trying to train and have a job is a lot of stressful, because most jobs are here in the US. You have to be on your feet. You have to be moving around. So trying to do that and training is a lot of stress, and a lot of people don't want to be bothered with that. So and then training in Jamaica, it was good. It was good and bad at the same time, because once people have access to you, like they want you to do so much stuff, and it messes with your practice time, and you have to do this person wants you to do this for them. You have to go here to do like public speaking stuff, or you have to go here and traveling all over to do stuff, and it's stressful, and it messes with your practice. But college here has been good to me. Like I just got lucky that I went to two schools where my coaches didn't overwork me, and I was able to and my coaches didn't run me when I was injured. They made sure I rest, and made sure whatever injury I had was healed. So I don't know how it is with any other college, but like I said, a lot of athletes, track was just like a tool to get them to college, to get an education. And then after that, they really don't want to do it. So it's not like the university that they came to damaged them. It's just that they really just don't want to do track anymore.
Okay. All right. Well said, guys. You heard it from Aleen Bailey. She has been successful in the high school in Jamaica. She has been successful in the American collegiate system, and she's been successful as a professional athlete. And she has the privilege of training in Jamaica and in America. So she actually telling you a real life story. So we're going to move along because I know that we're running short of time and we got a few important questions to talk about. Just tell us about your highlight of your professional career, Aleen. Just tell us, other than the Athens Olympics, on an individual basis, what would you say that was your biggest accomplishment?
Oh God. What was it? I think trying to think. 2009 World Championship. I mean, I made the finals and I got eighth, but still,
Okay. Okay.
I made the finals and that was good. That was like like one of my highlighting one in 2000. And then I was like there to witness another world record run, so that was cool.
All right.
So
So
that's fun.
2000, so you did all of that. I know you went to Beijing in 2008. We would have loved to see you on the relay again, but unfortunately, you know, they went with other team members, and unfortunately, the relay team has some mishaps
Yeah,
in the final. So I know that got to be sad not to able to defend that Olympic title.
yeah, that was rough. That was a rough one. That was painful,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
So, all right.
but it
So,
was fun though. I had fun. I had Zara and Chelsea, and that was fun.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Maurice and Bolt with his whole
yeah, yeah.
routines that we had to go through with him when he gets back from the track after his race day. So all his little antics that he was doing on the track, we had like a whole production.
Yeah. And I know you got to be proud of your girl Chelsea because
I am so proud of her.
she was
I'm
elevated
so
to a bronze medal, I believe.
Yeah, she was, but I wish she was able to receive it at the Olympics because that would have opened up so many doors for her. But she's doing really well. So if you're in Atlanta and you want, she has she has like a catering company. She
Okay,
needs so it's called Science by Ross.
okay.
Um,
Well, I'm gonna have to talk to you more about that because I like to get connected with her. We'd love to hear her experience, knowing that she won the Olympic medal and she didn't get that. Well, she finished fourth in the Olympics, but there was some disqualification,
and yeah,
and she was able to move up to a bronze medal. And
and she the craziest thing is she won our first women's Olympic medal in the
yeah, yeah.
jumps.
And people don't even
And
remember
people don't
that.
realize that she was our first Olympic medal in the long jump, in the jump,
Wow,
in the long jump. Yeah.
wow. That's got to be amazing. I mean, I know that, and we see that the field event is actually keeping up now with
Yes.
they're doing well now since the post Bolt era.
Yes.
They're actually the one that now keeping the flags high for Jamaica. So yeah, I'm gonna connect with you to get some contact information for Chelsea because that was awesome for her. I saw her story, I read it online, so we're
Yeah.
proud of her. So Aileen, let's anyway, let me get over here to Ian and then I'll get my closing segment.
All right, Elena. This one we've been asking you so much question, digging through your past, learning so much, As we say, we brought you on here to really inspire, motivate, and educate us all. And I would basically want to say this is probably my final question to let Ian close it out. But in a nutshell, if I was supposed to ask you, who is Aileen? And what motivates you to be your best self?
Let's see. Who is Aleen? I am a shy, goofy.
Shy. Shy.
It's because I'm talking to Ian, and I know Ian. If it's anybody else, the crazy, the craziest thing is like when I tell people I have an Olympic medal, there's like, so why didn't you lead with that? I was like, I don't know. So yeah, I'm just fun loving, chill. I'm pretty much I was raised with a bunch of dudes. So I'm pretty much like a little dude. I don't get excited about pretty much anything. I don't even get excited about myself. And people I'm supposed to be excited about myself because I am Aleen Bailey. I don't know what that
Yeah,
is yet.
yeah. I mean, really, yeah, yeah. I mean, you have done what people dream of. What you have accomplished. You actually, I mean, look. Right now, you could write a book about your story. I mean, there's so much things that you could do, Aileen. Your story would inspire and a lot of we have a lot more Aileen out there coming up, and
I
we
know,
got
right? So, because yeah,
yeah.
went from barefoot with two pair of shoes, one for school and one for church. No, I have like a whole bunch. I have like a collection of shoes. I love sneakers, so I have a bunch of sneakers.
All
I have
right.
one or two girly shoes because they say I have to. But
All right.
if I could wear sneakers every day, I would wear sneakers every day. But I'm just like a chill, fun loving person. I love people. I love inspiring people. I love being an inspiration. I love kids. Uh all my friends trust me with their baby because they know I'm like super I'm like the overprotective crazy auntie. Um I love encouraging kids to dream big and don't let anybody put you in like in a bottle. And just whatever it is that you set your mind to, just work for it. I love like I just love working with kids. I am blessed to be able to. I'm a high school coach here. So I'm having fun getting to know my kids. I'm learning patience. I don't have patience, and my babies are helping me to learn patience. um but I love that. And I'm also trying to get into a teaching certificate program here, to teach special education because I feel that I could contribute to like helping them to grow and reach their full potential. And then I eventually want to move back to Jamaica and implement like what I've learned here in the US there in Jamaica, because I feel that like our kids need that type of support. Um, and yeah, that's it. I just love being I love being an inspiration. I love kids. I want them to know that they're amazing. I call them tiny humans. Tiny humans are really amazing, and they deserve all the love and support and nurturing that life has to offer. I love people on a whole. My friends and my family, I just pour everything into them. Eventually, one day I'm gonna just rest. And I don't know. I just love taking care of people. Um, I feel that that's just who I am. I love. I just love. I love giving love, like spreading love. And I feel that, I mean, eventually one day everything will go back to just people just loving each other unconditionally because we're all brothers and sisters, um, and just look out for each other and love. Just live in love,
And
right?
what motivates you to basically when you step on the track? What's your motivation?
My motivation is my mom. My mod. Sorry, Miss
Uh,
Bailey. I love calling her. I can call her mod right now without getting boxed. Mod is my motivation.
Erin,
She's always
there's a question that I would ask. I'm not gonna ask the question, but I'm just
okay.
gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up a question that will probably come close to mine. But if you want to answer that one, it's on the screen right there.
When is the next chapter of family life for Aiden? Boy, family life. I don't know. Like I had this whole plan of, being married, white picket fences, having kids, and all of that stuff. But boy, it's rough. So, so I mean, if anything, they'll pop off within like the next couple years. I think I might either. There's like a bunch of kids out there that needs a parent. So once I'm stable enough, I probably will adapt. But I have families. I have a whole bunch of children, man. Because my best friend Stoney has a baby. Kamika has a baby. Shelly has a baby. Elva
All
has
right.
three.
All right. I'm just
So I
gonna
have a
say
whole
that.
bunch of kids and family. But hopefully, plus my mom gave me permission to not be married. Me and Maud had like a coming to Jesus moment, and she is okay, baby. You don't need a husband to have a baby.
All right. I guess
So,
a lot of guys not gonna be happy with that, so I'm just gonna turn you back over to you. All right.
huh? I know.
Well, well,
I'm still
man,
looking.
well, thank you for
But
sharing that, Alien. I'm running out of time, so I gotta pick and
next
choose.
time.
Yeah, but let's talk about your career. And I know you retired in 2016. I hate that you wasn't able to retire on a better note in terms of you know, it was very unfortunately that you got into an accident in 2015, take off that year, then 2016 you're trying to make a comeback, then you went to another meet and then you have another accident. So I mean, I know, but I don't want to focus too much on the disappointment. I know that just tell us what you miss most about running, and what how running up make you a better person.
Oh God, I just miss the competition, like the energy. Being able to travel to a different country. Um, being in chilling in London, harassing Allison and Brandon. Um, London, like, cause London was my spot. I used to chill in London and chill and just travel to all my meets. Just the competition, just being able to travel and compete and go to different country. Cause Europe, like track is like track is like football, like track is like football in Europe. So the crowd there, I just miss that energy. um i just miss I just miss the vibe you get when you walk into each stadium, because each stadium has its own rhythm, its own flow. I associate everything with music. So it just has its own flow, and I just miss that. Just miss the competition. Like you go out and then they swear to God we hate each other, but we don't, because right after the race we're back at the hotel chilling and laughing.
Right? Playing spade, hanging out,
Yep, they think we hate each other. Oh
yeah.
Jesus, oh God, I let out the secret. We do not like each other. Sorry, we don't like each other.
All right, Aileen. So look back in your career as an athlete. I know you have won um, a gold medal for Jamaica. You have competed for so many years for Jamaica. I believe all the way up from 2003 or four. How you want to be remembered as an athlete? What you don't want people to know about Aileen? How you want to remember from your eyes? I know everybody saying all these beautiful words on here. They say you're the kindest person. You're very inspirational. Thank you for paving the way for all those that follow. You tell us from your own version of how you want to be remembered in your own words.
That I want to be remembered as oh God, the little country girl from St. Mary who gave it her all, accomplished more than she could have ever imagined. Um, I used to think that I really didn't do anything, like I didn't accomplish everything that I needed to, but I felt I it's crazy because I actually did accomplish a lot. Because not a lot of people can say that they've been to a couple of Olympics, have an Olympic medal. So I just want to be remembered as that little country girl that never gave up, that gave it her all, no matter what people said. Because believe me, people said a couple of mean things about me. Yeah, people can be cruel. People on social media can be cruel. And a couple of times I wanted to get a gun and shoot them. But no matter what people said, I never gave up. I stuck to my gun. I I trained hard. I ran. I accomplished some amazing things. Like I'm one of the I'm the second female in history to win the double at an NCAA championship. Debbie Ferguson was the first. I love me some Debbie. So yeah, I got to compete with my idol Merlin Patty. Jesus. I got to meet a bunch of cool people. In my first world championship, I was 16. You were there.
Yeah.
I met some. Yeah, it's just
All
a
right.
little country girl that never gave up, and she gave it her all, and she accomplished some great things, like way beyond her imagination.
All
And
right.
it's just, that's
All
it.
right. All right. Well, for a lot of people that haven't seen you in a while, tell us what Aleen Bailey's up to these days. What
Oh
what's
God.
what's on the schedule for you?
I am a library assistant. I read a lot of, that's one thing I used to love doing when I was little. My mom, my mom used to be like, "What are you doing with so many books?" I used to have a backpack of books and I would just climb into a tree and just sit there and read. So I am surrounded by books now. I'm a library assistant and I'm a high school track coach. Um, and yeah, and I am trying to get into a teaching program to get my teaching certificate. So that's pretty much what I'm doing now, and just chilling. My house is filled with plants. I have a whole bunch of babies. So let me show you one of my babies. So this is
Yeah.
one of my babies.
Wow,
All
beautiful.
right. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
So I have
beautiful.
like up cause yeah. So and then yeah, that's it. And then
Oh,
I am I'm working on purchasing a piece of the plot of land that my parents live on so we can do some farming stuff. My family still farms, so now
oh,
we can add extra stuff to it and all of that stuff. So that's
all
the next
right.
thing. So
Man,
I'm
yeah, I just love your vibes, Aileen. I know with all my heart that you're gonna be successful in anything you try to do with that work ethics and everything that you do. I know that on a fun note, I came across Aileen a couple of years ago. I was running a 10K, and out of the blue, I went to the track meet and I'm looking over and I saw I said, man, that's Aileen. I'm not expecting to see any former athlete. Tell us about
interested.
your passion for running on the road right now after running on the track for so much, and just let us the people know about what's your long-term goal of running on the road.
So the craziest thing, so after you retire from track, you go through a depression stage, right? So I met my friend Ruth. You met her at Cooper River Ridge Run. I met her at church, and um, she was like, "Yeah, I know you're not a long distance runner, but you're a short sprint. I know you're a sprint and long distance stuff, but would you want to do a 10K with me?" I was like, "Sure." The first 10K we did was like the James Island Collector. Let's just say it was painful, but we had her husband Brent, and he got us through it. But since then, her and I have done the Cooper River. The Cooper River Bridge Run is evil, but I still do it every year. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I still do it. And then she just kept adding miles. Like, so we're gonna do there then we did the 10K, then we did like a 15, then another one, and then she was like, "Oh, for my 40th birthday, I want us to do a half marathon." And I'm like, "Lady, I'm a sprinter, right?" She's like, "No, man, you're gonna be fine. We're just gonna meet at my house and do some run some miles. So I met with her and we ran the miles. And I did the 5K. I did the half marathon, the Kiowa half marathon. It hurt. It hurt really bad, like really bad. But I signed up for the next year. But then COVID happened, so thank not did. COVID happened and we didn't do it. But we're still training to do it. And then we're doing a 5K next month.
Okay.
Just for fun. She's coordinating her own 5K just for fun, so we can get ready for it. So yeah, it's good, and it's been fun. Like I said, running is just therapeutic, and it started as therapy, and it's still therapeutic. So half marathon is the limit for now. I don't know. She might talk me into a full. But it's just been fun transitioning from track. It's just like a different form of running because, like I said, like when I retired, I was lost. Like I was like, what's going on? Like my best friend had to smack me back into reality. Thank God I have her. She was like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we're not doing this because Soini is like a psychic. I guess because she's known me for so long. She was like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. so
Yeah. You
so
got
yeah.
Coach Graham on here, and you Coach Graham down in
Hey,
Clemson.
Coach G.
He wants you to do a 1,000, a K for him, a 1K for him.
Okay, I'll do that for him.
Yeah,
For
so
Coach G, I'll do it. I'll do that. But yeah.
that first 1K, you could say that's for Coach, and then you send him a video of that and say, Coach, you're gonna have to pay me.
Yeah, but it's been fun running. It's been fun running, like going out of my comfort zone and trying something different. Because you never know until you try, right? You
Yeah,
won't know if you won't be successful until try. So you just gotta try.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
so you
well,
just
I
gotta
just I just want to piggyback off one thing that you say that a lot of people don't know that when you run track for 10, 15 years and you've been doing it all your life, it can get depressing when you retire.
oh
And,
God, you get
yeah,
lost.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And everybody think that okay, nobody don't understand that it's can be addicted in terms of if you've been running all your life and that's all you know, and then you could be lost, and people might think that they might think that oh man, you traveling, you do all this, but just like anything else, people that work for 30 years, do some all your life, the
Yeah,
transition is not easy, but I personally know that athletes have the mindset of an athlete is the mind of a champion, and
it
and
is.
you could take an athlete into any business or anything and they can excel in it.
Definitely.
All right, so my final question, Aileen, I know that your mom has spiritual base. You have known that I know you have a strong faith, you believe in the Lord. um Tell us what's your assignment now at this stage in your life moving forward. What's your assignment for what you believe the Lord wants you to do to be a blessing to others?
Oh yeah, oh God. I think I usually don't know my assignment. I just go with the flow. Because
Okay.
sometimes you just get that feeling that this is where you need to be and this is what you need to do. But I think for right now, mine is at Cane High School, working in a library and coaching my track team, and I also help with a club at the school. It's called the Exchange Excel Club. So it's just teaching the kids about like community service. So it's community service based. Um, and then my high school kids now, we started like a tutoring program. So they're helping like younger kids and like high school kids that need help. And I mean, I sat in on one of their tutoring session with like a seventh grader, and they're so amazing. My high school kids they're so amazing and so nurturing when they're explaining like work to the kids. And I mean, I think I'm where I'm supposed to be right now.
All right.
'Cause Yeah, I'm where I'm supposed to be. When he wants me to move, he'll let me know where to move and when to move. But I'm where I'm supposed to be right
All right. Well, Aileen, I really don't want to end this interview because it was your story so interested
now. I
that
know it's long.
we would, but we know that we have to go. And but my personal words to you is that you have done so much for yourself and for Jamaica. I still believe that there's a lot more work that can be done. I believe that you can be a contribution to the United States and Jamaica. Whatever your calling is, whatever you feel like your calling is, if it's here, there, or whatever, it doesn't matter where you at. It's the same sky when you look up there. But I know that would love to for you to you know um continue with that big beautiful smile, and don't ever lose your joy, and just be happy with everything that you do. And I wish you all the best in anything you do. I believe anything you choose to do will be a blessing. So just want to say that really appreciate competing with seeing you competing, and been to you carry yourself as a true professional. And we're just blessed from a little athlete from St. Mary, was running bare feet, and for the person that you turn out to be now, that you're a true inspiration for everyone. So may God bless you and keep you. Stay safe. I ride across the state with you. I'm hoping to see you one of these days on the road, when I get when I get back to there. And that's my final word. So thank you again. We thank you for spending your afternoon with us. We really enjoy you, and I really hope that everyone enjoy the program. And hope that we were able to educate and motivate and inspire in some way. And any other final words, Ian?
Well, I just want to say to Aileen that we are all proud of her, as she can see just by the comments there to the side.
now.
All of the participants tonight, very much proud of you. You said social media can be a little ugly at times, but
Excuse
tonight, yeah,
me.
tonight they had nothing but good comments for you. And that just go to show the type of person you are, the true spirited person you are, loving, kind, sharing. 'Cause they describe it in so many words. But
Okay.
right here with Ian and Ian, we just want to say that we are proud of your accomplishment. We are proud of what you have done for the country. We're proud of what you're doing now for the kids. We're just so proud of you, and we're happy to have you on here tonight. And just like cricket, it's like you hit a six or baseball home run. We just
Yes.
want to say that you hit it out the park tonight. You have done an amazing job, and we're just so happy that we're able to share this afternoon with you. So just thank you for being here on Ian and Ian, and we just gonna wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure going down memory lane with you.
All right. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you.